All right, everybody, how's it going? We have some breaking news. Not really breaking news anymore because this is like hour, 2 hours old now. Basically, everybody knew that Drew Brees suffered a pretty gnarly injury that forced Jameis Winston to come into the game after Drew Brees got sacked. And apparently, he has multiple rib fractures on both sides of his chest and a collapsed lung on the right side. Drew Brees is suffering from three fractured ribs on his left side and two on the right, possibly more. He's being cautious to be careful with cautious with the lung. Ed Warder reported that Drew Brees is having fractured ribs, collapsed lung. One thought occurred to me: imagine having a shoulder injury so painful that it distracts you from realizing you have fractured ribs. Basically, it sounds like there's suffered rib contusions. All sorts of. So basically, it sounds like Drew Brees is probably going to miss like a month. I don't think he's out for the season or anything like that, and I don't necessarily know if he's even going on the injured reserved list. So it might only be like 2, maybe 3 games at the absolute most. Based on kind of the way you can feel things out, but it does seem like Drew is going to at least miss this coming week and potentially the week after that. So gonna miss a little time. I believe that would put. Let's see. I believe the Saints play the Falcons next. That would be the Falcons, Broncos. I mean, it's not like their schedule is super hard. It's the Falcons, Broncos, and Falcons again. So, they have kind of an easier, not an easier, but more of a relaxed schedule than you would usually have to deal with or struggle through. You could potentially run either quarterback you have. You could run Taysom Hill, or you could go with the guy who finished the game, Jameis Winston. That's kind of where I'm thinking they're going to go, is they're going to wind up starting Jameis for a few games here, seeing what he can do as a starter, give him a shot to audition for a job, potentially with the Saints next season or with a new team, once free agency starts and everything. We'll see. We'll see how he does. We'll see if that's the route they want to go. But for right now, it does seem like Drew Brees is going to miss a little bit of time. I'm not 100% sure because when you look up Drew Brees, you just you can go like that, hit the latest, just to get the idea. There's nothing. It doesn't. We can't really tell who's going to be the guy or how long he's going to be out and who's going to be the quarterback. And I think Sean Payton said something that. Let's see. Source on Brees saying the most optimistic recovery would be 2 to 3 weeks. Emphasis on optimistic. So basically, it will depend on healing time, which varies, and whether they're convinced he can take a hit without risk of serious re-injury. So basically, it sounds like the Saints are going forward with the notion that they will have him for the playoffs no matter what. If he comes back for any of the, what is it? Let's see, we're in week 11 right now. We're about to go into week 11. So we have about 6, 7 weeks, maybe 8 weeks to the playoffs start. So yeah, he might miss maybe 3, 4 weeks at absolute most. The minimum they're thinking is 2 to 3. Absolute most I'm thinking is the rest of the regular season, which, I mean, really, looking at their schedule, which we kind of just were, there's not that many hard games other than the Chiefs. They have the Falcons twice, the Broncos, the Eagles, the Vikings, and the Panthers. That's not exactly difficult games that you don't really need Drew Brees to beat those teams. If you have a good Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill situation, I think that's enough to win you those games. They were able to win with Teddy Bridgewater. They can probably win with old famous Jameis, so long as Jameis isn't having eye problems. We'll see. We'll see how Jameis plays if they go with him. I'm imagining the Falcons are going to be preparing for the combination of the two. You'll see a little Jameis, you'll see a little Taysom. You'll get a little mix and match of the two. Trick plays galore with the two out there. So it could be an interesting offense the Saints get to run. So we get to see potentially maybe the future of the Saints with one of these two guys after Drew maybe will retire. Maybe this speeds up that Drew might not play next year because of the accumulation of injuries starting to come. Thumb injury this year. This year it's ribs in his lungs, and it seems to be getting worse and worse. So hopefully we can always just hope for a speedy recovery for Drew. Hopefully he gets better quickly and is able to return in 3 weeks like they're kind of hoping. Hopefully it's not the rest of the regular season. That would be very unfortunate, but this is a pretty bad injury. It's not exactly good. So anyway, I just thought I'd update you a little bit on what's going on around the league. So Drew Brees is going to be out for a few weeks probably at the bare minimum with fractured ribs and a collapsed lung after a gnarly hit. And then I think he actually got hurt against the Bucks. Like he suffered some rib injury against the Bucks and was playing through it, and then this just happened to make it a little worse. So hopefully he gets better quickly and is able to keep playing some point in the regular season. But it sounds like no matter what, he'll be back by the playoffs. In the meantime, now the debate rages. Who takes the spot? Is it going to be Jameis Winston or Taysom, or is it going to be a combo of the two? And, let me know what you think down below about how the Saints will finish the season. Are they still going to finish pretty goddamn high in the rankings, which is what I think. Their remaining schedule, again, as I put here, it's not exactly a murderer's row schedule. I would imagine, other than the Chiefs, it's pretty easy. I don't know. I think I'm thinking they're gonna go Jameis and use Taysom, kind of how they use him now. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. Who's going to be the new quarterback? What are the Saints going to do? Is Drew going to play again this regular season or not? Yeah, so tough break for the Saints. At least their schedule isn't super difficult where they would need Drew Brees to win those games. Jameis is a seemingly capable quarterback. Let's see what happens. I'll let you guys know if there's more news that I need to post about or anything like that. But yeah, so thank you so much for listening. Have a great rest of your day. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Both those things, it's very nice of you to do so. Also, the Patriots beat the Ravens, so have a good rest of your day. Go Patriots, go Lions, and go Pats. We coming.